Hey guys, welcome back to the React Native course. In this video, we are going to learn about the put method on that edit form. So basically what we're gonna do, we're gonna collect the data from input fields and we're gonna call the API put method and we close the dialog and update the list. So let's see how we can do it. So if you see that in the last video, we have completed all this stuff like get all request, edit functionality, delete functionality, and when you say click on edit, so the model is opening, and when user click on close, it will get closed. Okay, so in this video, whenever user click on save, the data will get updated as well. So we are going to do that. So let's see how we can do it. So you can see that this is our code, and let's understand the whole code quickly so it becomes easier to understand this. So we have a user state which is empty array, and we have another state called modal visible, and this edit user which is used for the editing, managing the state for edit user. Whenever the component get mount or whenever this component get rendered on the UI, this method we are calling get all users method, and we are passing this API. We are using a JSON server which we have already seen on our lot of videos, and after that we are passing this API URL. We are fetching that and setting this data to the users. Now whenever user click on delete users, we are getting the ID of that whatever user we want to delete, and we are performing a delete request, and once that is deleted, we are calling a get all users function. Now whenever user click on edit, we are calling a function called handle up in model, and we are also passing a user and setting this state to the set edit user, and we are making set model visible as a true. Now after that, whenever we close the model, we are calling set model visible as a false. Okay, now if we scroll down, so you can see that we had created a table heading, this name, email, and action. Okay, and after that we had created one flat list. Inside this flat list we are passing the data users, and we have component called render item. Inside the render item, we are just rendering this this data table row data. So we have called rendering the username and the email, and we have two button called edit and delete functionality. Whenever user click on delete, we are calling a function called delete, and whenever user click on edit, we are calling handle open model function. Okay, now after that we have already also created a model, and model visible as a true, and transparency we are showing the name, and the value is whenever the model get open, and so the edit user get the value, and we are setting the value as a edit user dot username, and whenever user type something on that model, we are updating the set edit user state with the new state, okay, for that username, and same for this email. Perfect. Now we have button called action button, and whenever user click on save, we have to save this and close this. So let's do this things which we have to do. So we're gonna have on page event and called handle save, okay, or handle update user. Okay, so let's call this function quickly, const handle update user, and this gonna be async operation for now, async. Okay, now whenever user click on edit, so we get the set edit user. Okay, we have all the state, and let's see what we are getting for the edit user. Okay, so if I click again on this edit, if I click on save, so you can see that this is the object we are getting, and if I click if at the place of Peter, let's update the Peter like this, and if I click on save, so you can see that the username become Peter. Okay, now basically what we have to do, we have to make the API call. We have to make API call to update the data, and then we will make API call to get the new data. Okay, so let's see how we can do it. First we have to do const response await, and we have to use fetch method. Inside this, the first thing which we have to pass is the URL. So const URL is equal to, let me copy the URL as we have already Yeah, let me copy this URL. Okay, so we get the URL and the ID will be edit user dot id. Okay, as you have seen already. Now let me pass the API URL here. Okay, now we have to pass up some parameter, like method will be put request, and after that we have to pass headers as well. Headers will be content type application slash JSON. Okay, now after the headers, what we're gonna do, we're gonna pass the body. Inside the body, what we're gonna do, we're gonna stringify the data. JSON dot stringify the edit user. Okay, now once we get the response, we're gonna convert that response const data is equal to await response dot JSON. Okay, now let's console this data for now, and let's see what we getting. So if I reload this, and this is called Emily Johnson, so let's update it. So at the place of Emily, I'm making 0° coder. Okay, and let's click on save. So you can see that the data is coming, it is coming as a new data 0° coder. And if I reload this, so you can see this the name is get changed. Okay, so let's do, when we click on edit, so it should save the data. Okay, so what we have to do, we have to close the model here. Like after successful update request, we have to set model visible as a false, and after that make the we have to call get all users API to get the updated data. Okay, so let's close this and let's make it this at the place of 0° code, this email, let's change the email 0° coder @gmail.com, and if I click on save, so you can see that the email get updated. Okay, and if I click on crash, and let's add a parameter called update, and let's click on save, so you can see that it's get updated. And if I show you the JSON data as well, so you can see this Chris mail updated. Okay, so this is how we can perform a update request on a table. Okay, and if I show you what we are getting in the edit user, so let me show you quickly that all this stuff. So if I click on edit user, save, so we are getting edit user this object. Okay, now let's understand what we had done at, let's clarify, understand quickly on all the things. So we have we are rendering this of first, let's how we are drawing, how we are seeing name email action. So what we had done, we had created a view table head. Inside the table head, we are showing name, email, and text and action. Okay, now after that we had created one flat list. Inside this flat list, we are passing the users and the render item. So how we are getting the users, we are getting the users by making API call to the get all users on this endpoint. Once we get the data, we are updating this data to the users state. Okay, when we are calling get all users method function when the component get mount. Okay, now the second parameter was that render item. Now render items look like this. We are getting the item, and inside this we are rendering the first item, item.username, item.email, and after that in the last we are showing the action button, and we have edit function and delete button. Okay, perfect. Now whenever we click on edit, we are calling function called handle open model. So we are also passing the data item. So whenever we are calling this function, we are updating set edit user this as a this user, whatever the user coming, and we are opening this model. So yeah, now once we open the model, so you can see that there's a code of model as well. So model visible is a true, transparent as a true, animation type slide, and we have defined the model container and the model content. Inside this we have text input, and the value will be edit user dot username, and the new value whatever will be username with the new value. Same for this set edit user will be, and the new value with the email one. And if I click on save, it will saved. Now whenever we click on save, so we are calling a function called handle update user, and inside this we have passed the endpoint, and we are passing a put request, and we are passing the data in the stringify format, and once that is done, we are closing that model and making a get all request API call. Okay, so yeah, that's how we can do. Okay, let's understand the delete functionality as well. So we have button called delete and delete user. So we are calling a function called delete user, and we are just doing you passing the URL, and we define the method as a delete, and we are updating that. And after once that delete, we are calling get all users method. So yeah, this is how we can perform CRUD in a table. So yeah, that's all in this video. In the next video, what we're gonna do, we're gonna see how we can do a search API in React Native. So see you guys in the next video. Please let me know if you guys have any question. And yeah, all right, I think that's all in this video. Thank you, bye.